what exactly do I do to help people get what they want out of their workouts after you've been on Stanford boot camps and seen all the testimonials. There's several things I want to start with before I even tell you what we're going to get into. Today's workout, though, is totally going to be one of my ultimate fat burning workouts. It's only 3 exercises. It can be done in different modes, and I'll explain that in a minute. But first, I need you to understand something. Without anything else, you need to have a couple of things before you start working out and before you start saying that I want to lose weight, I want to do this and that, and I want to just plain old look sexy again. So here's the bottom line. 1, you got to have enthusiasm for just getting involved and feeling good about it. 2, you got to have some sort of passion, right? You can't just start working out and not have anywhere to go. And what I mean by that is, what do you do after you lose the weight? You're going to run a race, you're going to get involved with like a charity run, something. Pick a goal. And number 3, you have to have some sort of commitment. I mean, without commitment, you're going to kind of be leading the blind, as they say, or trying to lead a horse to water. In other words, you're doing it for nothing. So find that purpose for why you're doing your workout besides just losing weight. Because at the end of it, what exactly are you doing it for? That's my thing. All right, so the 3 exercises. Let's get right into it. It's going to be a squat press, a push-up, all right, special push-up. We're going to do a special push-up, a special burpee push-up, and we have something called a squat and a twist. Now, what I normally do with people is I tell them, I want you to pick a weight that you can easily manage without contorting your body or straining on the movement. I have 20-pound dumbbells here, so what I'm going to simply do is, let's start with the squat. The squat is very simple movement. Most people don't get it right, and the biggest problem with the squat is that you don't start with your feet square enough. You're either off kilter or kitty corner. Make sure your feet are square, about shoulder width apart. And then the next thing you want to do, as you start to squat, right, you want to be in a seated position. I don't want to be leaning forward, and I don't want to be too low where I can't manage my balance. In other words, I should be pushing through the heels when I do my squat. You never want, let me show you from the side, you never want your knees to roll forward. Now, as you can see, if I'm rolling forward, my knees are, right, moving past my toe. That is a bad thing, all right? You're doing a little bit too much forward flexion. You're also generating too much force between the knees, which is going to cause some kind of shear. Maybe not right away, but after a while, you'll start to have knee pain. So the thing is to get your hips back, right, and squat. I don't expect you to get down here. You have to find a range of motion that is suitable for your level, and up and down, all right? But what I like to do, let's ramp it up a little bit. Grab your favorite pair of dumbbells. All right, I got a pair of 20s, anything between 8 and 20. If you're just starting out, you don't need weight, all right? You're going to drive these suckers. We're doing a squat press, right? So we get a squat movement with the press. The more movement that I can put, the more body parts that work, and I'm also going to get a little cardio out of this. This is the whole point, guys. You do not need to get on a treadmill for a half an hour every day, although it is nice to get a little pop. So I'm down, and I'm up. I'm down, and I'm up. I like the inside grip like this, or the neutral grip, for a couple of reasons. 1, it's keeping me square, it's loading up the front of my body, using a lot of core. So I'm getting quads, a little bit of glute at the bottom, shoulders, and some tricep at the top, okay? So we got the squat and press as the first exercise. One more important detail about the squat and press. It's not based on speed, it's not based on how much weight, it's based on execution and time. So, how do we start this? The 3 exercises. The first one is the squat and press. So basically what I'm going to do is, there's 3 different modes to do this. You can do it timed. If I do each exercise for 20 seconds, that's 1 minute, right? So I like to do 6 rounds, or as many rounds as I can in 12 minutes. If I want to do each exercise for 1 minute, you can even do a 4-minute. Exercise number 2. Now I have a band in my hand. You can use a cable station. Doesn't really matter. You can also use a dumbbell. And actually, why don't I show you how you can use the dumbbell? A dumbbell, you can use preferably something you can manage the weight. It's going to draw a lot of attention to your midsection and core. So what I like to call it, this is a squat with a rotation. This is pretty cool. So let me show you with the dumbbell. I'll show you in a little angle here. 12-pound weight out front. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop in my squat, pull the dumbbell in. As I come up, I'm going to rotate. Down, rotate. Down, rotate. You want to increase the aerobic capacity? You can alternate. All right? You get a little bit further if you follow the dumbbell with your head. If you're going to lock the head forward, you're going to pivot the body. In other words, don't lock your knee. Don't lock your knee on this one. So that's the dumbbell squat twist. Band or cable column, whatever you got. Very simple. I loaded up with 3. I like a lot of weight. The grip, all right? We're going to do one side at a time, so it's nice to have the direction that you're going to turn, have that hand on the bottom, all right? So this is what it looks like. I'm out stretching. We got about, depending on how far back I am, talking about 20, 30 pounds of resistance. My arms outstretched, good posture, right guys? Posture nice and tall. I'm going to pull in. As I pull back, I want to retract my shoulder blades, right? Out, rotate. Oh, lots. That was nice. So I'm getting obliques, trying to engage my glute at the top right there. When I pull the hips forward, tighten up that glute. You want to really get aerobic? Once you get your form, you can really rock this out. In, pow. It's all about balance, guys. Alright? So that's the squat and twist. So we have 2 exercises now. Now what I like to do with my clients is you want to get little to no rest. Great way to do this, you got one exercise, 20 seconds. That's the second exercise, 20 seconds. The next one's going to be a burpee push-up. We'll be right back. Alright guys, exercise number 3 for you guys. Alright, so we've got the squat and press, okay? Like I said, I didn't show you guys, but I'll show you now. If you do the squat and press without the weight, there's variations. You can do what we call a prison squat, elbows behind the head, you know, drop, pull up. So you can do stick-ups, drop, and up, all right? Many different variations. I want to give you different ideas for what you can do. The genie squat, arms across. You remember I dream a genie, right? Or you can do 3 amigos, you know. Whew, that was a little too much. Anyways, so squat and press. Usually just as much movement as you can give your body, the more results you're going to get. All right, so let's get to the third one of the workout. This is one that you've probably seen. I'm going to do 2 different variations, one with the body weight and then one with some weights so you guys can really see me gasping for air and know that I'm working. So this is all based on total body, cardio, toning, core, lots of core. The burpee push-up is, I'm telling you right now, this is the, I like to call it the bad mamma jamma, because when you get good at it, it's not so bad. So burpee push-up's simple, right? They used to call them squat thrusts when we were in school, right? So we call them burpees now. 1 or 2 things. You either ate before you did it, and you're going to burp after doing a couple of them, or you're going to vomit all over the floor, depending on your level. Take it for granted. Be very focused on this, all right? Simple. Most people just drop. I want you to get a little stretch when you come down, right? Perpendicular to the floor. Reach, down, legs out, and you're going to throw a push-up right in the middle. When you come up, you're going to explode. Bring your feet up. Down, out, up. Now by moving my arms up, get a chance to stretch and expand my lungs and also engage the glutes at the top. Anytime I get in the top position like this, I'm engaging right through here. I don't want to arch my back too much, but I want to engage my glutes. That's the #1 thing that most people don't do. They do the movement, but they kind of slump. So you can actually, by engaging and adjusting your posture, you're actually going to draw that waist in. It's a very cool little trick. So down, out, and up, all right? If you want to intensify it with body weight, you're going to go down, out, jump, back down, jump. Again, the variables are very clear. 20 seconds per exercise, 3 rounds. That's only 3 minutes. But you can add them. You can do, if you only have time to do a round, and you're not used to doing the exercise, you rest, repeat the whole circuit. All right. So let's go a little advanced here. Now, by all means, if you don't have the endurance level to do this, don't do it before you get into any exercise routine. For God's sakes, consult with your doctor, and either that or find a good fitness professional to work with. My lawyer made me say that. So you got 20 pounds. See, I'm getting a little out of breath. This stuff works. So I got 20 pounds. Normally, I like to use a hexagon weight. So that means, you know, the edging of the dumbbell kind of has a little bit of flatness, right? Like a stop sign, which gives you a little bit more stability. So I do not recommend doing it with a round weight, but for purposes of the workout, I'll be all right. So now that I got the weight, it changes the whole game. So I'm doing a burpee push-up. It's almost like I'm doing a deadlift. The other version, up, up. All right, so you got the burpee push-up. I just realized that I did some burpees to show you the variation, but I didn't throw the push-up in. So it's up, down, push. So let me do them to get you all set up. Down with the jump. Oh, I skipped again. Don't ever do that. There's the push-up. All right, burpee push-up. That's your 3 exercises. Squat press, squat twist, burpee push-up. You gotta do it right, don't do it at all. All right, check out the next 3 exercises.